A Heart That Works, a book by Rob Delaney, a writer, actor, and comedian, repeatedly states the following in his most recent biography: A Heart That Works. My son died. He fell ill. They couldn't save him. And then, he passed away. And now that he is dead, Delaney is still in shock at the loss of 2-year-old Henry from brain cancer, and he replays the events for himself as well as for other people. He holds his mouth to avoid making friends see the deaths of their children. He envisions terrorizing them with chilling details. He wants to say, "Have you forgotten that I held my 2-year-olds after rigor mortis had set in? Did you know I witnessed it being kidnapped from my house by strangers while being zipped up in a black rubber bag?" Unfortunately, he is aware that expecting others to understand his pain is challenging, since those who haven't experienced the loss of a kid, people like the guy he used to be, are constrained by their own inexperience as well as the self-protective mental barriers. When a parent's child is harmed or ill, he says, you attempt to help them get well, but you're also motivated by the broader conviction that you can help them get better. Human nature compels us to accept this view as fact. From the intriguing spiral narrative Delaney builds, doling out recollections and tangents with accuracy and adjusting the emotional level with astonishing discipline, is anything but uncooked or unpolished. He briefly mentions the passing of his kid, veers off into a moving meditation on the unacknowledged suffering of others or profanity-laced jab at the American healthcare system, and then repeatedly returns to his fundamental loss. Will you sob? Unless you don't have a soul, yes. You have room to breathe as well. And you laugh because this book is frequently amazingly hilarious, a fact that won't surprise fans of Delaney's stand-up comedy or the television series Catastrophe, which he co-created with Sharon Hogan. His absurdist touch injects levity into otherwise humdrum phrases. Infant Henry is described as a beautiful and silky tiny nugget. Life in a London home with 3 tiny boys feels like a ramshackle zoo on the outskirts of town. And you laugh because this book is frequently amazingly hilarious, a fact that fans of Delaney's stand-up comedy or the television series Catastrophe, which he co-created with Sharon Hogan, will recognize. His absurdist touch adds levity to otherwise humdrum lines. A beautiful and silky tiny nugget, says Infant Henry. A decrepit zoo on the outskirts of town describes life in a London apartment with 3 tiny boys. While comedy might bring temporary relief, it is this family's love for one another that keeps them going through Henry's sickness, hospitalizations, and operations. Delaney and his wife, Leah, spend their evenings in bed, watching horror movies, a weird pleasure that feels like a warm bath. When it becomes evident that continuing therapy will only worsen Henry's suffering rather than save his life, they come to the conclusion that loving him meant we had to let the cancer progress and kill him. They cling to each other, their extended family, and Henry's 2 elder brothers as they wait for the inevitable. We have our solution towards the conclusion of the book. A Heart That Works is a homage to a lost kid and the family who survives him. It is a hand reached to bereaved parents who feel alone on their planet of loss. And, most importantly, it is a hopeful call to people worldwide to make decisions, big and little, guided by love. What a different world it would be if we did.